Miguel Rubio of Spain. That's the moment. The leaders, Sherba of the Soviet Union, Lee of China, each with 9.825.
That's a very, very nice routine. But as I said, not quite the difficulty that we saw from Sherba, and certainly also we did not have the chance to see Lee today, but much more difficult routines. Let's watch here. I believe this is his first pass. It's an Arabian double front. What makes that so difficult is the landing is completely blind. You don't see the floor until your feet touch. Here's his dismount. This was the highlight of the exercise. Perfect landing. And that is going to help him with his score.
This is the first of 6 apparatus gold medal attempts here tonight in the individual apparatus championships. And it is the last night as Rubio gets a 9.575. It is the last night for the men. They move out, and next Friday night, Bogoskaya and the Soviet women move in along with Kim Semeskal of the United States and that whole team. So more gymnastics next weekend. This is the first time we've seen a Japanese competitor on television. This is Shinji Gamao of Japan.
And of course, the Japanese were dominant in the sport of gymnastics back in the 70s. Basically brought it to a different level in men's gymnastics. Shinji Gamao with a full in, back out, double back with one complete twist. Very clean. Now that's a very interesting pass. What he did there, he put together a combination of tumbling elements, a 1.5 twisting back somersault, punched the ground, and went right into a 1.5 twisting front somersault, or a Rudy.
This is his best event, and he gets no free ride in Japan. He works in an eyeglass store when he's not working out.
And he's really taking his time out there. As in Rubio's case, he doesn't quite have the difficulty to compete with a Sherba, but he's doing an excellent job here. No major deductions. His dismount. A full in, back out, that's difficult. But unfortunately, he put his hands down, and that's been a smart when it comes to time for the judges to give him a score.
As of this moment, as we said, Sherba of the Soviet Union and Lee of China have identical marks of 9.825. You would assume that they are in the race for either a silver or bronze, and should Liukin make a big mistake, perhaps they could share the gold. Liukin's next up, but this is Gamao of Japan in his performance.
Well, this is, I believe, his mount. He does it very well, just a small hop. He actually dismounts with the same skill. However, after 50 seconds of all-out tumbling, you're a little bit fatigued and just doesn't quite have enough strength to pull that one around. That will be a significant deduction, both the step and the hand placement.
9.350 for Gamao. And now we come to the user. 23 years old for Alma Ata. In Seoul, about a year and a half ago, he was second in the all-around. In at the end of that same year, he broke his arm, so he didn't have a great year last year. This is not his best event, but if it's not his best event, which is a high bar, I don't know. I just don't want to see his worst event if this is not his best event, because he is absolutely incredible.
I have to disagree, Jim. I think this is his best event, and right there, triple back. Wow! And you hear the crowd.
You can see the difference in the level of what he's doing and what the immediate predecessors did.
You know, I have seen a triple back done on the floor exercise maybe 5 times live. And every time I witness it, I'm just blown away. He makes it look so easy. That's the incredible thing. He actually was the first gymnast in the world to do this. He performed it in the '87 European Championships in Moscow.
We are not judges, but you're probably looking at the gold medal performance should he not make any serious error from here on in.
He's got one major tumbling pass left. This is very difficult, a full twisting double back.
How about that?
Well,
how about that?
Fabulous. You know, this guy is such a daredevil. He just pushes the limits of gymnastics. Every time he comes out on the floor, he just pushes it a little bit further.
Larry Lyukin. And they're the men who share the 9.825 score. Sherba, his teammate, and Lee of China.
You notice the kiss on the lips there. I think that's reserved for only people who do triple back somersaults and land on their feet. Watch this. Phenomenal. One flip, two flip, and he is pulling so hard.
9-9. 9-9. There is your leader and probably your gold medal performer. There's still some men left, but they're not in the class of Lyukin. The floor exercise you're watching live from the Tacoma Dome. The Goodwill games continue in a moment. There's but one competitor remaining, and that was Adrian Gal of Romania, and he came nowhere near a 9.90. That's turned in by Lyukin, let alone the 9.825 turned in by Sherba and Lee. So the first apparatus of the six, and the gold medals have been decided in the floor exercise, and the Valery Lyukin has won it. And just look again as you look here at the gold and sharing the silver there, Lee and Sherba, but the night belongs to Lyukin and his triple.
Once again, I would have to say this is the most amazing skill being done in all of gymnastics. Just look at the height. His body's probably maybe 10 feet in the air. Remarkable.
Well, thus far, there have been 3 gold medals given in men's gymnastics here at the Tacoma Dome, and the Soviet has won all 3. Let's go to Larry King.
Thanks, James. The Soviets doing extraordinarily well, and what you see on our screen is live from the Central Army Sports Club in the Soviet Union. It's about 18 minutes before 5 in the morning there. Vladimir Posner is with me. Who is with us, Vladimir?
Well, what you see there is an elite group of Olympic and world champions from left to right as we sit. You have Viktor Klemenko, you have Dmitry Belozerchev, probably one of the greatest gymnasts of all times. You have Larisa Petric, Vladimir Markelov, and finally winding up you have Valentin Muratov.
Let's start with Larisa and ask her what she thinks of what she's seen so far here.
Первый вопрос вам, Лариса. Вы видели кое-что из соревнований. Какое у вас впечатление?
Ну, мне больше всех понравилось выступление Валерия Люкина. Он великолепно выполнил тройное сальто в самом начале своего упражнения. А на сегодняшний день это один из самых труднейших элементов гимнастики. И потом я ужасно рада, что я вижу одна из первых это выступление Люкина. Мы все это выступление видим одни из первых.
Let's ask Dmitry, as a great gymnast, and 16 years old, he was breaking world figures, what he thinks of Lukin.
Дмитрий, значит, что вы думаете о Люкине? Какое у вас впечатление? Вы все-таки один из выдающихся гимнастов. Ваше мнение?
Я очень знаю прекрасно этого человека и очень даже рад, что он после очень тяжелой травмы первый раз выступил и очень удачно выступил.
I know him very well. He had a very bad back problem.
He had a car accident.
Yeah, a very bad one. And the fact that he's done so well makes me very happy.
Does Dmitry wish he were here?
А вы завидуете немножко? Вам бы хотелось принять участие в этих соревнованиях? Как тут, так сказать, тянет ли вас, скажем так?
Да, конечно же, когда я смотрю соревнования такого масштаба, такого уровня.
When I see that kind of competition, those kind of games,
хочется выступить.
of course I'd like to be here. I'd like to be doing it, yes.
Valentin, they estimate they're 9,000 miles away, this group, from us. They're watching these people perform, and it's, the way I figured, about 16 minutes before 5 in the morning there. Are those gymnasts really working that? Or, I mean, is this...
Валентин Муратов, вопрос уже вам. Очень рано в Москве, мы это знаем, и мы видим, как будто люди там тренируются. Неужели на самом деле так рано тренируются, или это специально для нас?
Ну, дело в том, что у нас впереди школьные соревнования, и с южных республик к нам приехали для тренировок.
They're preparing for school, national school competitions, and they're bringing in children from all over the country. They don't have enough time for everyone, so they start very early. This is not especially for us.
Thank them all very much and tell them we'll be going back.
Вам всем большое спасибо. Мы еще к вам вернемся, так что пока не уходите, пожалуйста. Большое спасибо.
Ну, мы будем с большим удовольствием наблюдать соревнования, поэтому никуда не...
We're not going anywhere. We're watching the games as you are. We'll be waiting for you.
Thank you all very much. We'll be checking back with you. Let's right now go back to Tacoma and my man Jim Simpson. Jim?
Thank you, Larry. Liukin has won the gold medal, as we said, and Lee of China, very good on the floor, and he had posted the early 9.825 on the heels of Sherba's 9.825, and we could look down, Tim, and know that only one man could beat that, and he did beat it, Liukin.
Yeah,
there is Lance Rignall. We turn to the young Lance Rignall. Rignall so far has won a silver and a bronze medal. His performance in the all-around team competition clinched that bronze medal for the U.S. Gymnastics team. We asked Lance about his journey to these 1990 Goodwill Games. Well, here's his story in his own words.
Gymnastics has always been a part of my life. It seems that since my parents were gymnasts when they were younger and later went on to coach, it's inevitable that my journey to the Goodwill Games would be in gymnastics. Yeah, being a gymnast at 10 years old in Des Moines, Iowa, we were looked at kind of like a sissy. That never bothered me at all, the sissy look. I was getting big and strong anyway. I used to ask myself that, you know, when I was little, how come I got good quicker than the other guys? Or I started beating the guys that used to beat me all the time. And when I was younger, it was definitely desire, just because I wanted it so bad. And then as you grow up, boy, you've heard the expression, the best gymnast doesn't always win. And that's the case. Now, you want to make as few mistakes as possible. Because I don't make many mistakes in competition, I think that sets me a little apart. That's been the difference between me and the rest of the pack. I don't like to do gymnastics 100% of the time. I don't like the idea of gymnastics ruining my life. I like making t-shirts, just for relaxing things. No stress, no tension, just take your time and make a shirt. I'm in gymnastics right now because it's fun and I love the people in it and I like doing it. I like having something different than most other people. You know, that kind of special feeling that you do something or you work hard towards something and you accomplish a lot because of your work.
Oh, Lance Rignall, they called him a sissy when he was 10 years old in Des Moines. I don't think with the silver and bronze now, they called him a sissy. His next event is the event that we're now looking at, and that is the pommel horse. Balas Tot of Hungary has already recorded a 9.725, and now here's Wang Hadong of China, about to start his performance on a very difficult apparatus in gymnastics, the pommel horse.
And this Chinese delegation has a crew that just packs the difficulty. Beautiful one pommel work. Such a difficult routine. Now he'll start showing us his flare combination right through the handstand and back down. And now he'll show us his spindle. He's turning his body the opposite way that he's circling. Certainly has got the support of this Tacoma Dome crowd here. Very extended, clean lines, flies up through the handstand, and a perfect landing.
There have been some very emotional moments here at the Tacoma Dome with the Soviets winning everything. They are getting standing ovations. The crowd here is very knowledgeable about gymnastics, very enthusiastic, and very compassionate. It gives a good connotation to Goodwill Games.
Now look at this flare work. Beautiful extension. These skills are called scissors, a requirement on the pommel horse. All he has remaining is his dismount at this point.
Wang is only 18-year-olds. The Chinese have sent a lot of youngsters here, a lot of their junior champions.
This is definitely a team of the future, and these young men will have to be reckoned with down the road.
A 9.85 for Wang. Coming up when we come back, Lance Rignall. He'll get his first chance to show his stuff tonight. He already owns a silver and a bronze. And here is the man of the American team's hour and moments of the Goodwill Games. Lance Rignall with the silver of the team, a bronze in the all-around, and his first event of the evening, the pommel horse.
And not to take anything away from Lance, but this is not his best event. a tricky one to get started on.